Welcome to Live from the Solly. We haven't done Live from the Solly since the beginning of January, but we've done it today against Man City. A great win against Man City. We've been dreaming for a long time, Mono. Yeah. Is that dream turning into a reality?
Well, as you can hear downstairs, it's la la la. No, seriously, I thought when I go to work every week for the last 2 months, everyone keeps saying to me, "It's on," and I just go, take this game, it's only good as your next game, and it's that stupid old cliche, but it's relevant. But today, even last week when we beat West Ham, we had a great time coming home and training, with everyone singing it, but it was. The back of your mind was Man City. That's the massive game, and today when we, and today when we got it over with, it was an unbelievable performance from us. Well, the emotion from not just the players but the fans. But when we come here a couple of weeks ago when we played Tottenham, the Solly was absolutely sorry. The 12th man was absolutely bouncing, and tonight it's sort of subdued because everyone's drained. Everyone's taking the old scenario over in of thinking this is on now, this is ours now. And for me personally, I believe now for the first time. So as Father Christmas said, I believe.
Just before Martin comes in, we all know how big a fan Mono is, and I said to someone before, never mind everyone's made up winning for Gerrard. What about the likes of Mono, the old school and all that? And someone turned around and went, what about these 22-year-old, 25-year-old kids who've never won nothing?
Right. Well, we were speaking that earlier on, to be honest with you. We were all thinking, obviously you've seen 18 titles, since I was born, best part of it. But these young, like you use young lads,
thanks for that.
That's me.
Sorry. Jockey wasn't talking to you. Let me talk about the 1906 lads from the Spine Cup who've really rejuvenated the cup this year with all the flags. The banner's absolutely amazing. And against Sunderland when they done the flags greeting the coaching, and it was only sort of past the Shankly gates. Today it was to the King Gary. Imagine the Chelsea game, it's going to be right round the block, right round the ground. But for all them young lads who've never seen Liverpool win a league title, I'm made up for them. And sorry, I've pushed my own son as well. Keith's lad, they're only 19 years of age and 20 years of age, but they're going to see Liverpool to win a title, what they'd never ever done.
He's got a great point there, Stevie, because not just these two generations of kids who are starting to believe. These kids have been believing for months now. Do you know what I mean? And us more sceptical older fans have been. It's not like we didn't believe, but you don't want to throw all your cards on the table to this. But now we're going full it, and what you've seen today, like Mono said, it went from the King Gary. All right, the memorial was on, so we couldn't go as far as it could, but it could have stretched further. It could have went to the Archels. You know what I mean? Because it was 20 deep on the curbs for safety issues. They could have made it clearer, but you had fellas from 16-year-old kids to 70-year-old fellas there who were joining in on this thing, who were not suddenly, but starting to believe this is on. So look, what kind of fan are we? And you look, 70% of them people outside on that 1906 thing, the coach greeting, never had tickets. So them fellas have turned up 2 hours before the game to enjoy what's going on, to offer their support and show them. And I've seen the coach go past. There were double tinted windows, blacked out windows. I've seen Coutinho with a view camera filming us, gobsmacked. I've seen Torre with a phone. All the players were filming us. Now Coutinho's put it on with music on Twitter. Now this.
When did you do this after?
No, it's on, I've got it. I'll show you then. Why are you ridiculing me, though, lad?
No, ridiculing you. Right. I'm ridiculing him.
Listen, I've seen it. I've got the Twitter thing here. I'll show you it. He's from Brazil, and he's seeing a fanaticism in us.
Can I just say that might have spared him on today because he was fucking outstanding today. Coutinho, I haven't seen him have a better game for Liverpool than what he had today.
Me bed calls him a stormtrooper.
And I mean Coutinho, we know him as a fucking skillful flair player. Pressing, defensive, pressing. Lad had it on the right wing there, close him down. He was all over the place today, Coutinho. And that's what players need to get care about Liverpool Football Club, right? You go and play for Manchester City. You go and play for Manchester City, and you're next in lead for the winning the Premier League title, right? You don't see players do that for Manchester City. You don't see crowds of 10,000 people 2 hours before the game turning up, right? Being a footballer is not all about being a footballer is not all about having flair and a good touch, and it is about being part of it. Yeah, and we played a part today. We played a part today. Liverpool, all us played a part today. I never had a ticket today, and I turned up 2 hours before the game to see the lads in. I never seen them.
I'm interrupted here, by the way. Go on, finish your graft.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on. No, he's right. No, you're right there.
And I never see. You just said you seen Coutinho with it. I never seen that. I seen the bus going past. And it's a team effort from all of us, from the board, the players.
Now here's what the SOS have been like. Football without fans is nothing. Now you don't need that. You don't need a hashtag comment like that to prove it. We know it. It's in us. This is like cost jobs to us. Now look what he's saying there.
I'm next.
Sky Sports have watered down this it's a weekend thing for them, this Super Sunday, this Super Monday, Mad Monday. Look, here's what it is, what he's saying. Right. Footy players are saying now they're like film stars. Right. Now Tom Cruise is getting like 100 million a film because he's an entertainer. Footy players are now like, we deserve them wages because we're entertaining. Right. Like he said, where's our cut of this pie? We bring something to the table. Shut up, Chris. Right, you can say what you like. Where's our cut of this money? This billions and billions of football money. Let them play in empty stadiums.
Yeah.
Let's see what they perform. We make players perform 20% out of the skin because of what we give from the stands down to the pitch. Am I right? We make these perform better. Let's see them say Super Sunday, Man United, Liverpool. Let's see them do it in an empty ground.
Right, Tony, I'll pick up on that. What we were talking about downstairs before. Liverpool win this league, and the normal fan is going to be wiped out from getting tickets at Anfield. That's going to be the bad thing about it.
Briefly, look, what's going to happen? Touch wood. What's going to happen this 19th league? For the club, for the structure, for the way we want to go, taking us down the road, the quality of player, taking us to the next level as a football club, getting back on our pitch. Yeah. That's all well for the club, the money, the coffers, what's coming in. Do you know the flip side of that coin, Keith? You know your average fella on the street, you're not getting a ticket next season unless you've got your CZ in your bag. You're not getting an away ticket. You're not getting a ticket, and that's the flip side of winning this league. You seen it last week at West Ham. Fellas paid exorbitant prices for me to listen. There was local fellas, same faces, standing outside that ground last week, and I've never felt so upset seeing the faces on. These are 50, 60, Garner and all that, 50, 60-year-old fellas. Couldn't get a ticket for West Ham, and I'm not saying nothing, we've always had good support from out of town. Fellas are pulling envelopes out, because you got a Scouse accent, you went up to them and went, any spares, mate? You're saying it like threatening? No, I haven't, but if you went up with the Cockney accent, you got one. Next season, the downside of it is, the flip side is, I can't see us as a local fan getting tickets.
Tony, great point.
We're going to win it!
Yeah, great point, Tony. Great point. But let's move on. We're top of the league. Man.
I think today was a true show of character today. We've come flying out the blocks many times this year. And we've got a goal ahead, 2 goals ahead this year, and come flying out the blocks. Today, I texted my cousin and said, a 2-goal lead is such a dangerous lead in this modern game. They come back at us, and I thought the character that we showed today was the character of the champions. It really was. They came back, they scored 1, they scored 2, and you know, the atmosphere around the ground was so nervy, so tense, so, you know, despondent. But the play, you know, we talk about this, about the fans, the coaching staff, the team all in it together, but the team, them 11 on the pitch today, showed the character and resolve that it takes to win leagues today. Character, you know, flair and having great players with great skill and stuff like that. That's one thing, but having that determination and resolve and character, that's got us the 3 points today.
Keith?
No need for that. I totally agree with Martin. Is that obviously two of the best players on our pitch today were probably two, I wouldn't say unsung heroes, where the players who've done great in the last couple of weeks is Sterling and Coutinho. They were absolutely outstanding.
Sorry for a minute.
Yeah.
Halfway line.
Yeah,
He's 5'9".
No, we saw what happened there on the way in when the Coutinho film, whatever. But after 2 minutes, Coutinho was flying himself into tackles there, which everyone knows he got the ability, but he got the determination and the attitude to go with it, and obviously he showed that today. And I think Coutinho and Sterling today showed what Liverpool are all about. Is that the fucking exactly it's a hunger, but Suarez and Sturridge up front didn't really click today. Well, for whatever reason, that's the way it is sometimes. But I thought them two players today were absolutely outstanding, and I think Liverpool are not lucky to have them, but they're getting the best out of them. That's down to the manager.
There's always casualties and more. Jordan Henderson
will be missed, but Lucas will come in and be a good soldier for our team. But I like just to mention this half I met today. I went to a pub called the Old Barn. Have you heard of it? Old Barn Road. Just past.
You give this a plug or something?
Oh, it's brilliant. Anyway, this boozer, he was about 70, this fella. Had a season ticket since he was like 30 or something like that, and he just the words, the wisdom that was coming out of his mouth was unbelievable. And he just putting this, he went, look lads, we need 6 points against the Champions League, and that's what we're looking for. And thought, what a shout that was, you know what I mean?
Fuck that, we passed that.
Yeah, I know we are past that, but then we went into the game with
Told you about David Moyes, didn't I?
people have said I'm a bit negative, right? And I'm not
Just David Moyes, David Moyes looked 70, was it him?
Your pint's half empty now.
No, my pints are full.
Play five in midfield. Pack the midfield.
So you've been with David Moyes in the Old Barn?
Listen, as you like to say, I think Sully's gone back into fucking Dublin mode.
No, I'll never go into Dublin mode again, Mono, because that was you left me in Dublin, Mono. By the way, left me. Listen, right. Anyway, besides that, in the ground today was unbelievable, and I think the fans played their part today. With that coach coming up to the game, I just thought it was unbelievable, and the players looking out. I think some people saying it's putting pressure on the players, but I don't think it has. I think like the Sturridge and that may have put a little bit of pressure on, but tell you what, we come out and we played the way we've been playing all season. But City are a good team, and you can't take that away from City. And the way they get you on that edge of the box, you're in trouble. But we can, the way we got to come back to 3-2, that's the sign of champions. That. So I just like to say, up the Reds and upwards and onwards.
As you like to, the point what Tony made before about when Coutinho and some of the players were filling the fans out, coming on the coach, and probably gotten an extra 20 or 50, whatever percentage you want to. And because today, going back to Coutinho again, I thought he was outstanding. When he was harrying people, Silva nicking balls off them and Torre, and he was a fucking nuisance. He was absolutely fantastic for Liverpool today, Philip Coutinho. And
do you think he was playing for the World Cup place today? In front of that,
he was playing for the Red Shirt.
No, he was playing for Liverpool to win a football league.
Who's the Brazilian counterpart there? Fernandinho, is it?
No, completely different players.
Yeah.
But I think
that's
we're living in a Premier League culture at the moment where Fernandinho 5 years ago, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, United, he doesn't give a fuck, does he? Really, he doesn't give a fuck. We've got a lad there who's playing for us now, Coutinho, who coming into that ground on that bus today will know that we're different from Chelsea. He'll know that we're different from Man City. He'll know that he's playing for a special club. Where it doesn't mean that these pounds that are going into your bank is the be all and end all. Liverpool at the moment are building themselves up to be a force in European football. That what we all remember them to be. It's not about the Russian dollar or the Arabian dollar. It's about being a collection of people.
Or the iron solid.
For an hour today, we were the greatest team in the world today. Not a full hour, but take an hour out of that game, and we'd have took anyone in the world.
I think the old school like a Mono now seen it. Well, we've all seen it.
Out of his arse,
No, I think the old school, because I've spoken to a few of our fellas in the match, and they all said this is heavy. This. So I've never seen fellas like this before. There was fellas out half time who was 70. I was saying, "Oh, I can't handle this," and it's not going to last long, you know what I mean? So That's all over to Mono because he's like
Mono's
70.
not 70.
Because everyone's threw their hands in for this, haven't they? From a 5-year-old kid to Chris saying a 75-year-old fella from a 5-year-old kid to 70.
The biggest game of a generation.
We've all through, and you're right. I tried to work it out. What someone was saying, your dad said, Chris, this game's bigger than Istanbul European Cup final. And I tried to work it out. It is, Chris.
Why? No, you can't compare them. You know, Istanbul, because it was such a 20 years to get back into winning the European Cup in Istanbul. So, thanks, John. You got a bottle of tea. John's just come with a bottle of tea next for me, so happy days.
It's not big in Istanbul.
No,
T-Rex.
No, it was no, you know, you can't. At the time, you know, to get back into the European Cup final, you know, for 20 years. Going back to what we said before, to the young ones, they've seen us. We've gone on about our history and the stories over for Rome, Paris, you know, winning Europe, 4 European Cups prior to the Istanbul one. So for all the young ones that they've never seen us win a European Cup.
This has come from nowhere. This.
So now it's the same. It's a similar scenario. Watching Liverpool going for the title 24 years. I remember laughing at Man United, you know, for all the years that they never won a league trophy in 25 years. It's something in it, and when they done it, they dominated after that.
There was a thing on the other day, French league. Nantes went from 7th one season to winning it. Nantes, this is about 4 years ago.
Nantes.
Yeah, right. From 7th and like unfancied provisional team, unfancied team, just went and won the league and got like. Remember they were in the Champions League, so you never. But that's the French league. It's shite by 2 teams. We've got 7 teams fighting for 4 specs for this golden egg of the Champions League, and it's unheard of in a major league in Europe to do what we've done.
What we're doing.
No, but I think what Liverpool are doing is that... I wouldn't say they're bucking the trend at all. Liverpool's just getting back to where they should be, and I think it's took a lot...
With a bargain basement manager?
Basically, I was just going to say that. I think it's took a lot of work by Brendan Rodgers. And he's basically... He has booked the trend in respect of that. The owners have sort of like took it upon themselves after the cattle debacle and all that, where he sort of like spends a lot of money and nobody balls up. So
played on our mindsets of like not going full in this season.
So I think that what they've done now is that they've gone the complete opposite over that, and they're trying to pull rabbits out here like they've done with Coutinho, Sturridge and all that. And that can't carry on like that. But at this moment in time, you can't complain. So what I'm going to say, is that I just think that my own personal opinion is that we're going to win the league. So I'll fucking take it on the chin if we don't. When we do win the league, the owners have got to back the manager and get him a fucking few players in, good quality. Good quality players who can then do what we need to do, is compete on 2 or 3 different fronts. Because make no mistake about it, this season, because we haven't been in Europe, for whatever reason that be, there's no danger of that. Because we kept everyone fit, kept our best players fit, and that's sold on the pitch. There's no danger of it. Because our best team is better than most of them fucking team in the league.
Just before you start,
back to the 70s, 14 players again.
Yeah, no, but it's all changes then. That's the way it is. So I just think that I'm not trying to be negative, like fucking long stretch, but I just think that once this league's put to bed, the owners have got to fucking back their manager, basically. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
So you're coming into, you know, I'm just coming into a point where I'm just picking up on a point what Keith said there. If you're on Twitter or Facebook, please tell us who's the first team, the only team or any team ever won the league, but they haven't been in Europe either that season. Tony.
Now this, you know, I'm not being disrespectful to him. I think I've got a right to talk about what I think about my philosophy of what's happened this year. I'm relating it to what we've been through. You know what?
Historically.
2012 is our counselling. Truth is the best therapy. You know?
The truth come out.
Now look, we've had a terrible, dark cloud hanging over our club for 25 years, which no one's... The city, socially, football, politically. We've had this dark cloud, this curse hanging over our club for 25 years. Over these footy players, I read John Barnes today. Blah, blah, what he said in 89. But listen, now we're getting a bit of light at the end of this 25-year struggle. And the families are getting a bit of closure. It will come, whether it's a year, 18 months, 2 years. Now this case is getting lifted, this dark cloud. We're getting back on our perch. And no one's took into consideration, as a club and institution, what we've had to carry. We've carried it personally. But that football club's carried it, Keith. Do you know what I mean? The weight of it. And the fan. And now we seem to be getting lifted. It's funny how...
It's no coincidence, is it?
And the players are embracing
See one thing, so.
what it means.
Could you imagine... Before that, can you imagine before the independent panel done what they done to see flags in the away and saying 96 just with you would never have seen that, never in a million years.
Jockey said earlier on, I said they should have a minute's clap like the ITI so they drown out any divvies booing. He said they shouldn't bother with other clubs. Just let us do our thing and exclude other clubs. Not, you know what I mean? I know they've stuck by us, but you're causing trouble. You're asking for trouble when it's a minute. Yeah. But now this cloud's getting lifted. I feel we're getting back on our pitch. We're not just getting back on our pitch. We're going back on our pitch like a fucking golden eagle. We've got talents out. And when we stay there, no, we don't do it after like City and Chelsea for 3 years. When we get up there, it's a 30 stretch.
I understand what Tony's saying. Everyone else will understand what Tony's saying, know what I mean? And it's hard to link this with us, because we've all had this dark cloud over us 25 years, but it is right. It's like it's sort of like it's been lifted off our shoulders on the 12th of September 2012, and it seems to be like it's coincided.
It's the old feeling around the club.
Yeah, there's a good feeling around the club. It's not only, I know we've got American owners, but we're like the Athletics where it was a war, Marines was fighting this, that, and the other. Everyone seems to get it again as one.
Where's that come from?
Direction. And
Brendan Rodgers installing this mentality. It's a simple game. I've heard, who was it last night saying, well, I remember last year. It was a pundit, an ex-player I remember last year. Oh, was there Noel Gallagher? He was on a Sky thing last night.
Noel Gallagher?
Yeah, Noel Gallagher's talking on...
No, do you know what?
No, he follows City. You know what he said? He said, I love Liverpool, the city. He said, my band and all this. He said, I love the city, I love blah, blah. He said, it's slightly a few degrees sunnier than Manchester, so they're like, I like going there. And then he went, some of my road crew and some of the people I, knock about with the Scousers and he said, to a man, they legged Brendan Rodgers last year. And I seen someone else here, Ian Wright, we never. Personally, the fellas I know around here, we never legged Brendan Rodgers. But it's easy to say, innit? You wanted them out last year. It's a media spin.
Some people did.
Some people did.
Listen, because they had this mentality of, we want Ancelotti and we want these big names and we want Van Gaal.
Hang on, before we go any further, who brought Brendan Rodgers in? Who brought him in? Who's responsible?
Mention them then.
John Henry.
John Henry brought... John Henry didn't do his own work and bring Brendan Rodgers in, surely.
You wouldn't know, that's the problem. Apparently there was like a process going through where he interviewed like Zimmerman Martinez, and you look at Martinez, what he's doing at Everton, so it's probably a toss of a coin, wasn't it? But
Martinez is doing just as good as Rodgers, I think.
In that respect, like, you don't really know, but whoever brought him in, no one knows. I don't know who knows that question, but this time last year, Liverpool were a work in progress, weren't they? They were sort of like going on the feet where Brendan was trying to get his philosophy over. And let's be honest about it, everyone who's standing here now will turn around and say that you thought it's probably not working, but give him a chance. So,
and one of them ones at one point I thought he's landed on his feet.
But I also thought that the one thing about Brendan Rodgers I didn't like about him, I still don't like about him, I think he's calmed down about, is the way he is in the media, the way he was in the media, where he sort of like said things just for the sake of saying it. I think he's sort of like thrown himself back from that. And that's fine, that he's sort of like grown into the job for want of a better phrase.
He wins a premiership, he can say what he wants.
Without doubt, yeah. No, that's fine. But, and I'll be honest with you, I must admit that I probably said on this show in numerous occasions that Liverpool Football Club, the way we're playing football was absolutely superb, but I just thought the manager had to sort of like drag himself back in, and in fairness, I think he has. Now, what I'm saying, I'm talking to my arse, like, but I think he's learned his lesson in that respect with the media, which is great.
Listen.
Mono!
I'd just like to go back probably 18 months ago when that Being Liverpool programme was out, when we were asked to do it, and we done it because, like, to bum the SOS it was,
It's because you're a media, though, that's why you've done it, Mono.
Well, probably right. But I remember getting interviewed in our house, right, and they said, the producer said to me, what do you think of Brendan Rodgers? And I said, we'll give him he will get his duration at Anfield. We won't turn on Brendan Rodgers, and that's on film. That's why it went for a Grammy Award. I was gutted never got a license, but anyway, it did. And I remember saying, I said, the Eagle, yeah. And I said on the camera, Brendan Rodgers will get the backing of Liverpool football fans. Over it. And no, but sorry, I'm going back to like the negativity when people, like what you just said about the Gallagher brother, know what I mean, about do you want to out? No, they never. No, because it is like, because any good fan likes of ourselves, you've got to back a manager. You have got to back a manager. He got a 3-year tenure of contract off the Americans, and when they give him it. Why are they going to sack a manager after 18 months? If you you could not do that. You've got to give a manager a duration, and that's
yes, man, for a few.
The sound bites are all Shankly-esque and all that. You come in and you give it all the sound bites in, and one do this, do that, and but then, as Keith said, he's got to into that now, and he stops all that now, and I'll tell you what, his interviews now are really like bang on. So
I don't care whatever he said. We're 7 points, top of the league, Martin.
I can remember when he came. I cannot remember many people saying 18 months ago, this fella is going to take us to the promised land. And anyone who says that they knew that he was the man, is full of shit. You get loads of people like that were in the 100 that said that, yeah, I knew he was going to be the man. I must have heard about 10 fellas tonight in here that have said that they thought Brendan Rodgers was going to be the man for us. They're full of shit, they're liars, okay? So, listen, this lad has slowly but surely, the biggest thing he's done for us, I thought, was gave us respect again. Gave us respect. We had a fella before him who had us a bit of a laughing stock, I thought. Had a bit of a laughing stock. Roy Hodgson had us a bit of a laughing stock. His football was terrible. I thought the football we played under Dalglish was fucking terrible as well, by the way. So, no, it wasn't. It was fucking terrible. We used to get turned over by fucking everyone. This fella's come in and he's turned us into a ball-playing team. And anyone who says that they thought that Brendan Rodgers was going to be the man, is a liar. Right, because I never heard them. 18 months ago, I never heard them.
Right, 18 months ago, I interviewed Brendan Rodgers and I played it the other day, right? And I said...
name's not familiar.
I said... No, I didn't say he was the man, but I said he's going to be a great manager, but I don't think he'll get the chance at Liverpool. Luckily, he's had his chance, but he's brought his chance forward.
I'm so happy that we've got a manager that coaches the team. I'm happy that we haven't got a manager that sits in his office and looks at transfers, maybe potential transfers and stuff like that. He sends out his first team coach to do tactics. You know, all these Dutch fellas that he sends out there. I'm happy that he's there with his iPad in his hand on the pitch, out telling people, improving people in their game.
Don't suffer, fools. We know you're football. He's a football man. You can accept that, like man is.
iPads in his hands. God, what would Shankly think? What would Shankly say about the iPads in his hand?
Shankly was a great organiser of people. Shankly used to get into. He used to talk to people on a one-to-one situation. He used to talk to people as a group of people. We all know that because he had all our city believing in what he was doing. And then he had Chris Lawler, one-to-one, believing in what he was doing. He had fucking Ron Yates, one-to-one, believing in what he was doing. He had Ron Yates as the biggest man in the world. He had Chris Lawler, a lad from fucking Norris Green, battling with people from Europe and fucking being the best right back in Europe. He's done the same with Kevin Keegan. He made Kevin Keegan into the European Player of the Year. That's what he's doing. It's no great shakes, just talking to people on a one-to-one basis and telling them that they can be the best that they can be. And that's what Brendan Rodgers is doing.
With the likes of Sterling and Henderson.
Not many people gave Brendan Rodgers that chance. They thought that he was going to come from a small club, never done anything, never proved anything. They thought he was going to hide into nothing. And I'm so happy for Brendan Rodgers in what he's achieved.
Keith?
No, I totally agree with that. I think, Brendan Rodgers' biggest obviously asset by the looks of things is that he gets the best out of players. And as a manager, I think that's the best thing you can have, because you can have all the coaches in the world, but unless you can manage people at the highest level of football, you're not going nowhere. Alex Ferguson done all that. He was never a great coach. He just got the best out of their players, because whatever he done to them, he instilled in them that self-belief, or kicked them up the arse when he did so he made them feel, under feet fucking soul when they're playing football. And I think Brendan Rodgers is slowly but surely doing that with certain players, like, as you just mentioned, Sterling. To me, Raheem Sterling is a perfect example of how you can say...
I'd have sold him at Christmas.
Exactly, you're going to say that.
I'm going to say Sterling, if you pick any player out of the Liverpool squad at the moment, any player, Martin Skrtel was on the verge of going to Napoli last year. Glenn Johnson Johnson, he's past it. Raheem Sterling, Jordan Henderson, all these players, Joe Allen, Lucas, all these people were all on the bones of their arse on the way out.
Yeah.
He's gave all them 20%, 30% more. They're all, can you see anyone giving Raheem Sterling as much energy and as much belief as what he's given? Yeah. He's like a £50 million player today, Raheem Sterling. He's come up against people that have cost £30 million, £35 million.
How cool was he with that goal?
And he stood out, he shone like a fucking beacon today, Raheem Sterling.
That goal was like a training ground exercise, wasn't it? He just sort of got the ball.
£12 million, Daniel Sturridge. 21 million, whatever he cost Luis Suarez, he's worth 80 million. Daniel Sturridge, he's worth fucking 50 million. He's improved everyone he's come across.
But that takes time, and obviously this time last year, we're talking about
12 months.
The conversation we have where we're saying we've said this, we've said that. That's all irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that the man's doing a good job, and we just got to back him up. And I think today's proved that Liverpool, when City come back to 2-2, I think everyone thought, let's be honest about it, City the better side than Liverpool to a degree, but the character of our team and the self-belief they got by the manager, and then obviously the crowd behind him got them through the game.
I honestly believe it was the crowd that brought Liverpool over the line today, because for that 30 minutes, I think Man City were absolutely superb. That Silva, that Silva was like, he's on a different level. But I think Philip Coutinho is a similar player to him. So, and he's only young, of course, so there's the future. There's the future.
The thing about Coutinho, the thing about Coutinho, not knocking David Silva because he's a fucking world-class player, but he hasn't got the attitude that Coutinho has today. And he showed, but also Coutinho showed in different matches. He hasn't just showed it today that he's prepared to do what people call yogi side, where you're going to get stuck in and he'll work hard. Silva won't do that. Yeah. And Coutinho does that week in, week out for us when he plays. I
mean, Coutinho got the third goal, of course, but I think Coutinho's best work today, if you think about it, is always around the halfway line. Yeah. It's always getting the ball into himself, turning away from someone and driving forward the ball. I think one of the good tasks that Brendan Rodgers has got is turning Coutinho into the player that does that 20 or 30 yards outside the goal and create something. Silva today was always about getting the ball into feet 20 yards outside the box and laying someone in.
I want to talk about another man, Martin Skrtel. Martin Skrtel today.
But as Martin said before, what a transformation, on footballers that we've had this year. You just mentioned there, Skrtel could have went last year. Agate was on the verge of leaving again. Sterling, as you said, Jockey, come Christmas, he was a bag of shite. But what a transformation go back to Skrtel in a minute. But what a transformation in footballer, as in Raheem Sterling. You cannot knock him off the ball. He's so for lads who's so small. His physique now.
Turn a pace.
Oh, he's brilliant, right?
And I don't think he's got that chance for the Daniel Sturridge and the Luis Suarez ban.
Probably not, no, but he's got his head down.
Daniel Sturridge injury I'm talking about.
Of course, yeah. But there was talk of his attitude as well. I don't know, you see that I'm going back to being Liverpool again. Where
here we go.
Right. So but going back to Martin Skrtel, but like, he should have. We were all saying, let him go to Zenit, Petersburg, because that's where he wanted to go back, apparently, allegedly. But it does, this season, he's been immense for us, and he stood up.
The turning point for our team was like, we went to Hull, didn't play at all, did we? And then we went with the Jethro, as Mono will say. Then we went to Tottenham, and we wiped the floor with Tottenham, right? And then I thought that was a transformation in the way we played then. We went to City on Boxing Day, we were lucky to get beat. I thought Chelsea was probably one game straight after that, and you can say now we deserved the draw, but you can see a complete mindset change in the players, and the whole philosophy of the team, that we worked. After that couple of games over the Christmas period, they come thick and fast, but after that, it's no coincidence that we haven't been beaten since then.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, so
I think the last team we got beat last season beat us was City.
Yeah, Arsenal beat us in the cup, but that we were unlucky then. But in the league side of it, is that I think since the Tottenham game, you can see a completely different mindset in our team and the philosophy that they're playing. That's got to go down to basically the coaching staff and the manager, which is good. Right? So anyway, go.
My old mate Keno's just turned up. He's a United fan. Keno, you watched the game with me today.
Can I just say something? I'm a football fan. Went in the 60s, seen Bestie, Law, Charlton, all the rest. I love my football, know my history, but this is a fantastic team. Please don't take it out of me, lads, when I get home. Please don't. And the football they're playing, they deserve what they're getting, and they've earned it, and they are. And that's it, and they're going to do it. Absolutely going to do it.
You think we're going to do it, yeah?
Absolutely going to do it.
Kevin? No. Mono?
Well, you know, he's a Man United fan. One of the lads knows him. You know, obviously he's a bit worse for wear at the moment, I think. But like, you know, but listen to me.
I've only been out 2 days.
Right, he knows his football, and he's praising Liverpool. Know what I mean? So, what more do you ask for?
Where was we anyway? Scale?
Yeah. So yeah, Martin Scale has been.
See the handball?
No, never. I couldn't because.
I was proper Maradona.
Go away.
Hands of God.
Did he?
Shaquille O'Neal would have been proud of it, I thought.
But like, winning the league, you have to get the run of the greens, don't you?
But apparently, Suarez got fouled in that was a penalty, allegedly. But it was in the Anfield Road, I was in a cop, I couldn't see.
Suarez was never getting a penalty today.
No, because I think he went down, let's just say, a bit too easy today. You know what I mean?
I think what we were talking about the manager getting that extra 10-20% out of players. About a year ago, everyone being a little bit despondent with people and the performances. The likes of Joe Allen, the likes of Jordan Henderson. And this manager has got 10-20% out of players. So if we buy some quality in the summer, if we get players that are, your 15-20 million pound players, hopefully I'll do
I'm
the
off,
same
sorry.
again.
Go on, man. I'm off.
I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you.
You got a mention for anyone? Some Sully ties.
Some Sully ties.
Some Sully give you a ticket today.
Buy me tickets today, and also, God, can't speak more highly of them. They're a good service, been there for 60 odd years.
Right, everyone's going to get a little bit boisterous, right? I'm going to cut it short now.
What happened there?
Keith, are we going to win the league?
You put out, tell you.
Sully, from Tom Sully Ties, are we going to win the league?
We're going to win the league, I think, at Crystal Palace, maybe. But me ask. Yeah, I think we are going to win it.
What are you thinking?
These glasses are full. Mono, are we going to win the league?
I'm taking these games as it comes at the moment.
Thanks for joining us tonight. And the next game we'll be back is against Chelsea. We're live from the Solly.
Hopefully for the title. And then jockey night.
Done it?
Hang on, not finished.
Great football.